1.
Lovers say that in France, and they thrill to romance, it means that it's so good. Oh, say si bon. So I say it to you, like the French people do, because it's oh so good. Every word, every sigh, every kiss, dear, leads to only one thought, and it's this, dear. It's so good. Nothing else can replace just your slightest embrace. And if you only would be my own for the rest of my days, I will whisper this phrase, my darling, say si bon, oui, oui.
Milady, frozen fruit, right, that's for you. Cheese blitzes, apple, cherry, blueberry, and strawberry. Dumplings and potato, luck is clue. Tapira, mula, schnelle, Mozart, Griechen zum Tisch. Serviert Milady, Private, so kleiner favorite dish. Milady, die hat Milady, so will you.
Alle Miladies Blinzes werden gemacht von den besten Früchtestoffen. Keins und künstliche Überwürzungen werden nicht genutzt in Miladies. Es war die beste Mahlzeit von der ganzen Familie. Fragt sich beim Namen nach Miladies und nennt nicht keine andere wie nur Miladies.
Probier es war ein schnelles Lecker, ganz nach dem Mehl. Serviert Milady, Private, Milady hat Geschmack auf viel. Milady, sie hat Milady, so will you, so will you.
Well, indeed. Greetings and welcome everybody to Swing at Sway.
I need you, Simon. I want to put YouTube on, but my gloves prevent me.
What do you want me to do?
Do you want to fade?
Fade. Where's fade? I can't read
Just
without
above.
my glasses.
One above. Yes.
One above. Okay.
Here we go. There
Right.
we are.
So there we are. A seamless transition as ever. Welcome everybody on
Swing at
welcome to Swing at Sway on YouTube and on Facebook and all around the world. Boy, we've got a crazy show for you tonight. We're going to
We
dig
do.
some cool music. Man, we ain't going to be no
Squares.
We are ready to rock and roll because tonight is about the hit parade of the 1950s. Of course, it's not all rock and roll though.
Oh no.
There was other music, and well, we're not talking about crooners.
Like the one you were just playing.
Well, that was an advert. You know, we've got to have our advert. Somebody's got to pay for the show. So we had a 1950s advert, and if they sell lots of their 1950s meat, they'll be giving us a nice cut.
Spam.
Cut of spam, exactly. Yes, kosher spam. Right. So what have we got on tonight's show? Well, we've got some exciting things. But first of all, do we have anyone on the show? Has anyone joined us?
Well,
So
I'd
let's
like
have
to
a look.
check, but again, I think Glenn is here. Do you want to click next to Glenn's name?
Yes.
And we can see what's
Glenn.
happening.
Crazy
Fantastic.
man, crazy. Indeed.
Crazy.
So have we got anyone else joining us on the YouTube studio? And what about Facebook? Have we got anyone on Facebook?
Are you here? There's a couple of people watching, but we can't see who you are. So let
say
us know in
hello.
the comments. Say hello. Let us know where you're connecting from. And if it's your first time on the show.
Yes, if it's your first time on the show, I'm sorry. You're in for a big surprise, but it may not be a good one. I don't know. So no, we'll find out. Yeah, you'll be in for some fun. You'll be in for some fun.
We have great music ahead, lots of chatting,
And
don't know
dancing.
about the jokes, and some dancing even.
In fact, talking of dancing, that's what we're
Yes.
going to do today.
Right.
Now, in 1909,
Yes.
you had the grizzly bear. We're talking claws or paws. And then in 1926, you had the Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
So we get some flapping going. In 1933, you had the karaoke, head to head.
Mind my hair.
1936, the Susie Q.
A Susie Q.
1937, you had the Lambeth Walk, me and my gal. That's the way we do it. In 1940, you had the thunderclap. Now, I'm not actually sure what that one is.
Thunderclap.
What is the thunderclap? Does
That
anyone out
sounds-
there know what the thunderclap is? Yeah, it sounds loud, doesn't it? In 1941, la 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 la, la 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 la, da da da, da da da. You had the conga. But then in 1950, mid-1940s, of course, I forgot we had the hokey cokey, which we did last week.
Yes.
You put
How could
your
you
right
forget?
arm in, your right arm out, in, out, you shake. Yeah, okay. We did the hokey cokey last week. But this week, we, of course, are going to do one of the most popular dances of the era. One that you can do sitting down even. You've guessed it. It's the hand jive. Not hand jazz hands. It's the hand jive. So we are going to learn some hand jive. So are you ready, folks? So boys and girls at home, ladies and gentlemen in Facebook land, lords and ladies, wherever you are, come and join us for the hand jive. Take your hands and slap your thighs twice. So we go slap and clap. Let's do that again. I can't clap very loud in those gloves, can you?
No, I can't do the thunderclap.
You're a bit of a debutante tonight, aren't you?
Well, I was trying to be.
It's
yes.
and it's coming
my
out
first-
tonight. It's
my
a
first
debutante
outing
ball.
in,
First outing. So we go and clap and sorry, I'll do that the other way around. We go slap and clap and criss across. So we go criss and cross. Don't get angry, but here we go again. We go slap and clap and criss and cross. And mashed potato, over the shoulder, over the shoulder. One more time. You can sing along with the lyrics. You've all got it now. We go. A slap, a clap, a criss, a cross. A mashed potato, over the shoulder, over the shoulder. And it was Joe who sent in a request to learn the hand jive. So thank you, Joe, for requesting the hand jive. That was back in 1956, of course. We just take a long time to get around to it. So one more time. We go. Slap, a clap, a criss, a cross. A mashed potato, over the shoulder, over the shoulder. Now, who else to teach or to do this dance other
Lead us into the dance.
than the Betty Smith group?
Oh, well.
They were dancers extraordinaire who really taught the world to dance. They taught the world to dance. Any students of Betty Smith out there? This is the hand jive Betty Smith version. Are you ready?
Certainly.
Dig it, man.
Dig it.
Crazy. A one, a two, a you know what to do. You go slap, clap, criss, cross, mashed potato. One more time. Slap, clap, criss, cross, mashed potato. One more time. Criss, cross, mash, not smash, but mash. Again. Slap, clap, criss, cross. And hold it there. Now, I would normally at this point, I would ask people to give me a thumbs up if they're doing the hand jive. But of course, they're too busy with their hands to do a thumbs up. Maybe you could use your foot and just hit the keyboard, a foot up, and hit the keyboard and give us a thumbs up or a foot up if you're doing the hand jive with us, or are we on our own? Hopefully not. Right, now we've got to do something a little bit different. I think this has to become the unique hand jive, the swing and sway special. Now, what we normally do at this point is I say, okay, boys and girls, ladies and gents, let's have a move from one of you.
You mean you pick on the audience?
I pick on the audience. This is audience participation time. So has anyone got a nice move we can do? Well, sadly, we can't see you. So what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to
Pretend.
say, Johnny at the back, I saw that movement. Let's do it. We're going to roll down and roll up. We roll down and we roll up. Now, of course, that was normally a finish move. You'd normally finish a dance with that, but we're gonna do that next because we're like that, aren't we? So let's go from the top. See if you can remember it. Add it on.
We've got some feet up.
Oh, we've got some feet up. Excellent.
Oh, and a request for a next move. Excellent.
Oh, what's that one?
The comb the hand.
Right,
Well, it's coming next.
Okay, so we go. A slap, a clap, a criss, a cross, a mashed potato, over the shoulder, down and up and down and up. And you can do the body movement as well. So roll down, roll up, roll down, roll up. Now, I should have
As
said
demonstrated.
as demonstrated. I should have said at the beginning, if you need to consult your doctor first before you try any of these dances, please do. Take care. You know your limitations. If it's too much, just be careful. That's all I can say. Because particularly with this one, you don't want to hit somebody. Yeah, because it can be quite,
Not a punching
a black eye.
bag.
Speed, yeah.
Speed
right,
punching.
okay. We got a request
We got
there.
the
Is
hair.
it for the
Comb the
Tony
hair.
Maroney?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so we've had a request from Glenn. Thank you, Glenn, for sending in your request. And it's a comb the hair move, which we call Tony Maroney or Boney Maroney, I'm not sure. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool. But now, if you've got a lot of grease in your hair, don't do it too close. Yeah, keep it at distance. Right, just a little tip there for those with the gelled hair. So, are you ready from the
Top.
Here we go. We go. Slap, a clap, a criss, a cross, a mashed potato, over the shoulder, down and up, a down and up, hair, and Tony Maroney. Shall we try with music?
Let's.
Okay, here we go. From the tippity top, 5, 6, here we go. Slap, clap, criss, cross, mash. And down, up, repeat, down, up. Tony Maroney, one more time. Slap, clap, criss, cross. I think we got this.
Mashed potato. Over
the shoulder, down, up, Tony. We'll just do it once. Now, I see another move. Now, I saw a thumbs up. It was another request. I see some thumbs up there.
Oh yes.
And
Is
we
that
could
the-
do, I know we've done over the shoulder, which is going to be a bit similar, but we're going to make it more of a hitch, hike, a hitch, hike. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Everyone together. Hitch, hike, a hitch, a hike. And if you're lucky, you get a lift somewhere. Now, have we got another request there from Derek? What does he say?
No, we have an explanation. You were
Oh,
asking
what's the
what
thunderclap? Yes, what is it, Derek?
He
Tell us.
looked up on Wikipedia, and the thunderclap is a form of dance that incorporates clapping in the air with a sliding motion.
Oh, yeah. Slide. Clap. Slide. Clap. You can also add a little rubberneck. Clap. Clap. Well, Derek, as you've requested, should we add that to
let's
our...
add the
we'll add that to our hand job. So let's practice it from the
Top.
top. Can you remember this now? I know it's getting quite long.
It's getting
Don't know if
long.
I can remember it. We go. Slap,
counting on you.
a clap, a criss, a cross, a mashed potato, over the shoulder, down and up, a down and up. We go. Tony Maroney. Now we're going to go straight into our new move, which is the hitch, hike, hitch, hike, and then we're going to go, what was the last one? Oh yeah, we go
clap.
side and clap, a side and clap, side and clap, side. Oh, I like this one. This is quite unique.
We like
We've
it.
never
That's
actually done this
nice.
before, folks. This is a unique.
unique. Never seen before.
Thank you to your
Never done before.
contributions. What can we say? Not getting many contributions from
No,
Facebook though.
come on Facebook. We need a Facebook move.
Yeah, we need a Facebook move.
And the thumb is already taken.
What about this one? That's a sort of a Facebook move, isn't it?
Smiley face.
Yeah, okay, that's not so funny. Right, here we go. From the tippity top, hand jive with the Betty Smith group. Are you ready, folks? Let's dig it, man. And no gringles, we're going to be fine. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Clap your hands, one and two, put your fists together. I love you. Brush your hands.
Get ready. A 1, 2, you know what to do. We go. Slap, clap, caress, cross, mash, potato. Over the shoulder. Down, up, down. Just one. Tony Maroney. Oh, let's do it twice. I'll change mine. And hitch, hike. Hitch, hike. Again. Hit. Okay, clap.
From the top. And
Okay. Maybe we could just try a little bit quicker.
yeah, we've got one more suggestion.
Oh,
Sam.
have we? What's that?
Slide your
Go home?
hands. We are home. We can't get anywhere, folks. You have to stay with us. Slide your hands over each other. Not
Slide
sure.
your hands over each other.
Slide your
You don't mean the
hands.
crisscross?
Not sure.
No. Well, we got the crisscross already.
And Catherine says some pecking maybe.
Some peck. Well, we can add some pecking.
Yeah, we got the crisscross. We can have slide and out, slide and out. Oh, this one. Oh, give me some skin.
Okay, well, let's see how it all fits. So, are you ready, folks? This is the hand jive boogie. Picking up the pace now. This is going to challenge some of you and us. Are you ready? A 1, 2, you know what to do. We go slap, clap, criss, cross, mashed potato, shoulder,
Going down, going up, going down.
turn around. One more. Hitchhike. Slide to the side, thunderclap. From the top we go, slap, clap, criss, cross. Hitchhike. What's next?
Thunderclap.
Thunderclap. Slide, clap, slide, clap, slide. And we've got another one. Oh, let's do this one. Swim, backstroke. And a bit of pecking was requested. And slip me some skip.
Oh, yeah.
From the top. Snap, clap, criss, cross. Down, up. Toning, rolling.
Thunderclap.
Hey. From the top.
Thunderclap. Or our version.
Slip me some skip. Wait a minute. Brush. Adjust your bow tie. Polish your nails. From the top. Hitchhike, baby. Eyes. Monkey. Swim. Oh my God, well, I got quite warm doing that. Well indeed. Okay, so talk about we're a bit better than last week. So we are going to be dancing a little bit this week, but taking it easy because we it's me old age. Me old age. I'm not as fit as I used to be, and I have to take it easy. Doctor's orders,
Yes.
just for a few weeks. So we will be
take it
dancing a
easy.
little bit tonight, but we're going to take it easy. But maybe I thought at this point we normally show some of the classes that are on our membership site or available online to purchase now, some of them. But I thought what we could do is take a request. Have you got a request for a move that we should teach you right now? So quickly, let's see who's the first one to send in a request. Will it be Derek or Glenn or Richard or Kit? Who's going to be first?
It can't be the
clock.
pancake though.
The clock is on. The clock is on. Hold on a minute. While we're doing that, let's have an advert while we're waiting to decide who
What
is going to be,
move?
who's going to come up with a move.
Long and I'm singing, long still is clinging. It's inside the Lux Stars restaurant and caterers. Sizzle bugging, tempted out kriegen. The whole madame in my eye. Long and I'm singing, long still is clinging. It's inside the Lux Stars restaurant and caterers. Essen all the best, service all the best. The whole madame in hoch wieder sehen. Helle a kleine, als alla Schäne. Ist doch bereit, was ihr da kriegt. So picture alle Eden, im sei zufrieden, weil es ist deep, I get the east side lobsters restaurant and caterers 135, the Lassie Street.
Well, I'm glad that didn't go on for too long. So, what were they actually advertising?
I'm not sure. It's a restaurant. I think.
It's a restaurant. Oh,
Gluckstern's restaurant.
Gluckstern's restaurant. Oh, that's on 24th Street on South Side.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. I think it's.
It sounds jolly good.
They do a very nice Canadian soup. Yes, okay. So Ryan is watching. Richard is watching.
Kit is
over each
watching.
other.
We've got 2 requests, Simon.
The quick stop. Oh, blimey, he wants it hard,
I
doesn't
know.
he?
And Derek says trucking.
Okay, well, let's start with trucking. Okay, so we will teach you trucking. Now, there are many different forms of trucking. The first one, so Derek has requested trucking, is that right?
Yes,
So come and
that's
join me.
right.
So the first one is one hand on the wheel, second hand on the CB radio mic. Now, that's not the trucking you wanted, is it?
elbow.
That's a different sort of trucking. Come in, big duck or whatever it is. Okay, now we're not doing that sort of trucking. We are going to do the trucking they did in the 1930s. Now, some say, it has been said, that it was waiters, out of work actors during the Depression who were working in like the Harlem restaurants, and they would entertain people by spinning trays, and they'd have a napkin over their arm because they were waiters. And when they were going back, having delivered the food, they would go back spinning the trays, they'd be dancing and spinning, and woo, it would fly up in the air and down. And this was partly how trucking came about. Is it true? Who knows? I wasn't there.
It's a good
but
story.
It's a good story though, isn't it? However, I do like in that movie, Stormy Weather, Bill Bojangles Robinson is teaching a bunch of kids, and he gets down like this and he goes, a truck on down, yeah, yeah, a truck on down, yeah, yeah. And that's quite a nice, so you can see it's quite stylish. Now, of course, some people like to truck up in the air. And they usually were the ones who didn't know how to do it properly. You know, it was like, they were a bit sort of, you know, sort of like granddad having a go at trucking. So I do like the sort of shag style of trucking, where you can make it more shag as well. But I quite like the getting down.
Yeah.
So we sort of angle the body, tilted at a jaunty angle. A lot, mind you, it's not really a 50s move. We should have 50s moves, shouldn't
I
we?
know, well.
We put the
Please
hand
stop
over
with
the
that.
head, and then we truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we've had a request there. Do you want to go and see the request?
Oh, right.
Somebody's probably telling us.
Richard, a few times I've been to a dance of rock and rollers, and I know swing, jive and Ciroc. They do this push-pull at the beginning, and the lead tends to stand still, and the follow just seems to spin. And now I need to take off my gloves to read the rest. To spin.
It's exciting,
Oh,
isn't it? Look, request
jumping,
show. This is a
jumping. Oh,
request
it's
show,
jumping.
folks. So that was trucking, by the way. So I hope you
and
enjoyed
return.
that.
Oh, spin and return. Can you interpret between the different languages? So is that...
So my 50s rockabilly jive.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but let's come back there. The other
Right.
request was the quick stop, so I don't know how you're feeling about that.
Yeah,
but
maybe
in
I should
slow
take off my
motion.
gloves for this.
No, you leave your gloves on. You look so debutante. Have you met the debutante going out to the ball? You know, very grand. And hey chick, you want a date? I've got my motorbike outside. Probably not with me, because
Let me
I'm a bit
see.
scruffy looking,
You
aren't
are
I?
a bit
You know,
scruffy looking,
me
and-
jeans and me biker jeans, and got my, you know, Harley Davidson outside. I wish. Right.
My dance card is full, I'm sorry.
Oh, you posh one, you. So we come around and we take the hand over the head and zoom. What, did you check that out? Glenn, were you watching? I'll do it one more time for you. So we're going to think swing out. We're going to think Lindy turn, but I'm actually going to lead. I find for this, it's the more West Coast swing out style. I say West Coast, I don't mean modern West Coast, I mean the 1940s style of West Coast, where they bring the partner forward on the 1-2 instead of back. So we're coming forward, 1, 2, we triple around. Now, I'm going to send my partner past me, zoom, and then I'm going to sweep the hand over the head, and as I do that, I'm going to anchor my weight onto my left foot. The hand goes over my partner's head. Notice palm down. Trick it quick. Close up, cameraman, close up of the hand, palm down for the leaders, palm up for the follows, and then the follow rolls around, boom. Now, I could let go and Anna wouldn't fall over, she's holding her own weight, but if I push my hips back a little bit, we have this look as though we're really pulling against each other. And I see Anna, I don't know if they can see there, move it this way a little bit, shuffle this way. Anna is doing the Jean Veloz styling, very stylish. Jean Veloz, a dancer, as you probably know, from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. In fact, she's still alive today, bless her. She's in her 90s and still dancing. Amazing. The wonderful Jean Veloz. Yes. If you're watching Jean, we love you. Now, this was one of her classic poses, very stylish. And then, of course, you come up slowly. Now, you could sweep the leg round follows, make it very stylish, if your partner gives you time. Because if they don't give you time, you're in trouble.
Just
so
bring it in.
That was the quick stop.
Well, and for the followers.
Oh, yes.
The quick stop, because this is a class. We come forward, we take 2 steps. Think strong line. I step once, I step twice, I'm back to you, and I'm anchoring on my right foot. I pivot on my right foot, all my weight is on the right, and then I pull away from the hip. My left foot stays where it is, and that's what creates the shape.
And then swing that leg out slowly, leaders will give you time, and back to the dance. Well, do you know what? That was a good move, Glenn. We like the quick stop.
Yes, we do.
The other one request was for the more...
Jive, that was more your style.
Well, Anna says my style. That's because this is one of the first styles of rock and roll that I learned.
And then how you're dressed, actually.
Hey, Daddy-O. Okay, so here we've got a twisting action. And I would spin my partner one way and then spin them back. Now, in this style, there's I don't think you ever really do a rock step. It's spinning one way. Later on, it became known as skip jive in the 60s, sort of developed into that. But it's spinning this way. And it's very much an English style. And the leaders, you can spin around and make it nice and flash. Sometimes over the head. And what was the question again? Was it the spin and return?
The lead hardly moves and the follow spins one way and the other.
The leads hardly move because we're super cool. Also, when I learned this style from an old rocker, he said, never look at your partner because it's always out here. So he'd want to be nice and cool. So he wouldn't be looking at his partner. He'd be, yes, Anna's not so fond of that.
I'm not impressed.
You're not impressed because you're so beautiful, you want us to admire you. So we're more like 40s. Yeah, we'll watch you here. But that is a cool stuff. And with the right music, it feels really nice.
It is good.
The jive. So we call that our 4-count jive because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's based on this pushing and pulling. You spin one way and then you return the other way. You can spin one way, you can turn, the leaders can turn, etc., etc., etc. Right, is that it?
Let's have a look.
Okay, so cool. Oh, I should have schooled you back.
You should have escorted
Oh, okay,
me
let's come back.
All right.
Now, in the 50s, when the dancers finished...
Well, thank you.
We come back. Right.
So, Richard, I hope we've answered your question.
So, did we answer the 3 questions that we had? I hope we haven't had any more because we haven't got time really. Love the quick stop, so dramatic and elegant.
I love the
Beautiful.
quick stop as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's several styles, of course. Just watch Jean Veloz.
Oh, and we also had a request for some pecking. I'll tell you what, we have to leave that till next time.
That was before.
Oh,
that was for the hand jive.
The hand jive, okay. I know various styles
follow.
of pecking. I know various styles of pecking. There's chicken peck, there's the pigeon peck, there's the kangaroo peck.
The kangaroo peck?
Oh, yes.
Oh, really? I think we should say hello again to those people who have joined us recently.
Yes, please do.
Yes, hey Beans, how are you doing? How would you say that?
Well, I'd say put an egg in your shoe and beat it.
What?
No, I wouldn't say that really. I'd say, what's buzzing, cousin?
What's buzzing? Yes.
So we are going to have a really cool evening this evening. We're going to talk about music from the 1950s, and there was so much good music. It was really hard to choose. So I've chosen some songs. I'm sure I'm going to miss out some of the things you probably want because there is so much to play. But I'm actually going to start with perhaps not a song you don't think of this lady. Well, you do think of this lady in the 50s. I apologise. You absolutely think of her in the 50s, but she was big in the 40s. Your favourite, my favourite, in fact, everybody's favourite, Ella Fitzgerald, Solid as a Rock. So grab your partners and let's do some dancing. Has anyone been out dancing this week?
Well, I know a couple of you have been dancing, actually. I've seen some evidence.
Seen some evidence?
Yes.
Right, that's cool.
I think some of you have been dancing to Niall Oates' Band, I believe.
Ah, very nice. Ronnie Scott's Rejects.
Ronnie Scott's Rejects in Kent.
Fantastic.
Tell us about that.
Tell us about that experience. What was it like? Right, here we go. Solid as a Rock with Ella Fitzgerald, 1950. 1950. Here we go.
Shall we dance?
Why not?
Solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. You'll only wander wayward if you ramble. May I suggest a license and a ring? When you're in love, it's really not a gamble, 'cause you're betting on a real sure thing. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Solid as a rock, solid as a rock, solid as a rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Come to the altar with me. Come to the altar with me. Come to the altar with me.
Now, what a way to start a show with Ella Fitzgerald. We can't. Well, where can we go from here? We can't get any better, can we? We started at the top. So hello to Harvey and Tony and
Hello,
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. We've got Katrin who says, I agree, Emma. I wish I could try the quick stop, but my rubber resistant band partner doesn't cooperate, nor do they look at me the whole while dancing. That must be a 1950s rubber band. So anyway, and just to let you know, folks, in case you just joined us, Anna and I aren't going to be dancing too energetically tonight because I'm just recovering from a little operation I had a few weeks ago. So nothing serious. Don't panic. Don't need the flowers. but just taking
well,
it,
you know.
just taking it a bit easy, aren't we?
Yes, we're both taking it a bit easy, so we keep it cool.
Yeah,
Keep
but
it slow.
so cool. But however, we've got some pretty wild music coming up for you guys.
Yes, and we hope you get up and break the dance floor.
Absolutely. Now, here we are,
Rip it up.
1950. World War II has just finished, and the population is still recovering, but it's going to go through a boom period, and it's going to go.
As we can tell
all,
from the adverts.
As you can tell from the adverts, exactly. But first of all, it's 1950s is about the clash of the two bears, I call it.
Bears.
Yeah, well, one was a bear anyway. You know, communism versus capitalism.
Which one's the bear, out of interest?
Well, actually, it was Soviet Union. But communism versus capitalism. This is what the 1950s was about. There was the Korean War. There was the Cuban Revolution. There was the Vietnam War. Well, it went on and on, didn't it?
Yeah.
There was the space race. And you know, we had some songs out of that, the Sputnik song, and
The Sputnik song.
and that's why people used to say it's a blast, or were they talking about nuclear bombs? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And Cloud 9. So yeah. So anyway, so it was the Sputnik, it was the space race. So this was the 1950s.
Different aspiration, different ideas, different
Absolutely.
conflicts.
Yeah.
Very
But
different
then you had
atmosphere.
the crooner. It was the era of the crooner.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Sinatra,
Yeah.
Dean Martin, Peggy Lee, Doris Day. You know, they were the big stars
Yeah.
until the mid-50s when rock and roll came along. Then we're talking Bill
Those
Haley,
rebels.
Chuck Berry, Jerry Lewis, Little Richard, and a whole different planet. But right now, let's have some music, and we're actually going to, as we're still in the early 50s, we're going to have Frank Sinatra.
All right.
Frank Sinatra. So we've gone from Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, to biggies in the early 1950s. But this is Saturday night. It's the loneliest night of the week.
Oh.
I could just have a tea. Okay, here we go. That was loud. Come on, Frank. Swing it now, man.
Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week, 'cause that's the
Shall we
night that my sweet
come and join us on the dance floor, folks?
used to dance cheek to cheek. I don't mind the Sunday night at all, 'cause that's the night friends come to call, and Monday to Friday go fast, and another week is past. But Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. I sing the song that I sang for the memories I usually seek, until I hear you at the door, until you're in my arms once more. Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. I sing the song that I sang for the memories I usually see, until I hear you at that door, until you're in my arms once more. Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week. Until I hear you at the door, until you're in my arms once more. Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week.
We've had Ella, we've had Frank. Can it get any better? Can it get any better? We saw Frank in a movie the other day, didn't we? A very early movie. Right.
We did. It was jolly good too.
Yeah, it was an unusual one, wasn't it? Sid Charisse, yes.
Wonderful movie.
Okay, so have we had any more people join us?
Not that I can see, but I'm sure they're all here and dancing with us. And what do we have?
What do we have, Annie?
We have a telling off. We're having
Uh-oh.
a telling off
What
on
have we
YouTube.
done wrong now?
Well, no, it's for Glenn actually.
Oh,
It's being told off because he doesn't always look at Emma when dancing.
And 50s, man, 50s.
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah. Well, he says
allowed.
it's cool, but Emma, Sue, and Katrine disagree. I disagree too.
But funnily enough, there's a different view, isn't there?
Different view.
The boys versus
Different
the girls,
view.
yes. Okay, so who was the biggest star of the 50s?
Oh.
Was it Ella? Was it Frank?
Choose first half, second half.
Well, overall, who do you think was the biggest? Should we have a vote? Who was the biggest star of the 1950s? The biggest pop star? So let's see what comes in. Right, we're going to play another song now. Now we're going to a slightly different style because we're still in the early 50s and we've got, there was a little bit of going back to New Orleans. Don't look at me like that. It's worrying. So there's a little bit of going back to New Orleans.
I'm
so
all for it. I'm all for it.
We're going to have a slightly different
Anytime
style.
New
So
Orleans.
in the meantime, there's a competition. There is a prize to be had. You choose the flavour of milkshake you're going to make. I've given away the prize.
Oh,
you
who gets
choose,
the milkshake?
Well, whoever wins the prize.
Ah, I thought it was for me.
No, but you choose your flavoured.
Okay.
What's your favourite flavour of milkshake is the prize, and but you have to tell us who is the biggest pop star of the 1950s.
Right.
Overall.
Right.
Exciting, isn't
Maybe
it?
a banana?
This is the hit parade. Banana, or was it?
Or salted caramel.
I don't know if they had salted caramel back in the 50s. I
Okay,
think
banana will do.
chocolate, vanilla, banana, and maybe.
Vanilla can't go wrong.
Well, what else did they have? I don't know. But I'll tell you what.
Chocolate,
bet
strawberry.
they tasted good.
Oh,
Here we go. This is Going Back to New Orleans, Joe Liggins, 1950 as well.
To the land of the beautiful queen. I'm going back home to my baby. I'm going back to New Orleans. Wanna see Nan Nan, my pa Ran, Suzanne, and my ma and pa. Gonna plant my feet on Rampart Street and be there for the Mardi Gras. I've been to Cuba, South American way. I've been to Europe, Mexico, it's okay. Over in France, the chicks are really fine. I get my thrill below the next Dixie line. Going back home, she not near, but never will I roam. Gonna get my fill of gumbo, filet, cause New Orleans is my home. Going back home, she not to the land of the beautiful queen. I'm going back home to my baby. I'm going back to New Orleans. Gonna Gonna get me coffee, jambalaya, red beans, and some fine praline. Gonna get some loving that will satisfy back home in New Orleans.
How wonderful. Joe Liggins, Going Back to New Orleans. What a fabulous song. I'm not sure I've heard it before. I'm really loving it. I hope you have been too. So we are in a competition currently. Who was the biggest star in the 1950s? Who do you think? We've played some Ella, we've played Frank Sinatra. We have one answer from Stephen who said Elvis. Elvis was the biggest star.
Who won the prize?
Well, we only have one contestant.
Oh, who's
Stephen says Elvis was the biggest star.
Elvis was
of the
correct
1950s.
answer. So, Stephen, we'll give you a round of applause. We give you a hitchhike. And we let you choose your flavour of milkshake next time you have one. So you can pick whatever flavour you want. That's your prize. It's a pretty good prize, actually, isn't it?
It's a great prize.
So,
it's a great prize.
actually, I'll be honest, I haven't had a proper milkshake for a long time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I've forgotten what they taste like.
I think we should remind ourselves soon.
Yeah, 50s milkshake. So can you imagine? It was such a clean era of milkshakes and burgers. How unhealthy, but on the other hand, tasty.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you had, the 50s. I just think was an interesting era. So
And what happened to the dancing in the 50s then?
well, now that's interesting. You see, they were doing. Well, you had these movies come along in the 50s, in the mid 50s. See, okay, let's go back.
Start from the
Let's start
beginning.
You
Start
threw
from
me
the
with that
beginning.
question.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
First of all,
A well-rehearsed show, ladies and gentlemen.
well-rehearsed show. First of all, people were dancing during the war, but after the war, big bands became too expensive. The Musicians' Union wanted money for their musicians. Strange that, isn't it? So they wanted money.
Paying musicians, never heard of.
Paying musicians, unbelievable. Anyway, they sort of priced themselves a little bit out of the market, and they had dance floor tax for a while as well.
Yeah.
I think that was during the war.
Yeah.
And then there was a change of style, and dance floors shrank, and the music, the jazz, the big band music became bop and bebop and undanceable. So that style of music changed. So you had your ballroom, you had your foxtrot, and your quick steps.
For the
and,
debutantes.
And you had that for the debutantes, and you had your cha-chas and your merengues and all of that stuff. But what people wanted was they wanted something a little bit more lively. So they were inspired by the African Americans, and they were sort of having a little bit more access to what was going on. And in the mid 50s, you had what developed to be called rock and roll. Now, of course, it came up with things like the Blackboard Jungle. It was a movie, not a movie about dancing, but the music, they featured Bill Haley, Rock Around the Clock. And it was such a stir, such a hit. But the film was associated with violence. And so rock and roll got associated with violence. And it was associated with tearing up the seats. How many of you were tearing up the seats at the cinema back in the mid-50s? So you had then a whole series of movies coming out. You had Rock Around the Clock. So in fact, they took the theme song from the Blackboard Jungle, and they took 1955, they took Rock Around the Clock, they made a film with some great dancing in it, and you had lots of other stars, and you had Alan Freed, Mr. Rock and Roll himself, advertising the music, and it was interesting that they had a whole series of films, all with dancing. Now, most of the dancers were actually dancers who were dancing in the 40s, and they called it Lindy. Now, I spoke to one of them, the guy with the thick horn-rimmed glasses who was in lots and lots of the movies, and he told me that he called his dance Lindy. And then Gil Brady was his name. He called his dance Lindy. And when the movie came out, the advertising people, the marketing people, they advertised it as rock and roll because the music was being known as rock and roll because it had that strong beat. And as it just suddenly they were doing rock and roll dancing.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the style changed a little bit to fit the music. So you had a stronger beat, less of a swing, more of a boom, boom, a beat. And so the style developed. In my opinion,
Yes.
this is only my opinion, it began to, by the end of the 50s, it began to get a little bit simple, the dance.
Yeah. But not in those movies. In those
No,
movies,
not in
the
those
dancing's
movies,
fantastic.
because the dancers were from
Yeah.
the 40s, and
Yeah.
they were the original dancers.
Yeah.
Richard says,
Young enough to have been being on the seats in the 50s, not tearing them up.
oh, thank you
That's
for that,
another-
Richard. That nice contribution. It's not 9 o'clock yet. There are kids watching, so I don't know what to say. What do we do with these people? Where do they get it from? Yes.
Well, that's interesting because actually in your last swing notes, last Sunday's swing notes, you were saying how people in each generation feel that they are discovering something and inventing something, even
Yes.
though they might be taking something from the previous generation, just making it their own. And I think that's what happened in the 50s. They were dancing the Lindy Hop, but to a new music, they added their own styling. And for them, they probably felt like they were creating the dance, even though actually it had sort of been passed on to them, and then they made it their own.
Absolutely.
So
So
it gave a new, fresh feeling to it.
yeah. And the early rock and roll dancing is fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like,
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it's
Fantastic.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
But it was in a lot of those movies, Rock, Shake,
Yeah.
Rattle and Roll. In The Girl Can't Help It, which
Yeah,
came
the
a bit
lyrics
later.
were a bit simple as well.
Yeah, they weren't the best movies. They were called B movies.
Yeah.
That's because they're on the flip side. No.
Yeah.
So you had. Do you remember the time? You probably don't. You're too young. But I just remember I was at the end of the period when they used to show 2 movies in the cinema.
Oh, yeah,
You'd have
I
your
don't
main
remember that.
movie, and then you'd have a second movie. And then I remember the second movie got cut into a little short, and then
Yeah.
like in a little cartoon. And now they just show one movie in adverts, and out you go, so they can get the next bunch in. It's all commercial these days. Capitalism won, you see. That was what it was about.
Not the bear.
Anyway, this is Swing at Sway. So welcome everybody to Swing at Sway. We are Simon and Anna. If you don't know us, we ramble on about different subjects. This week we're talking about the 1950s. We really don't know what we're talking about, but we sort of make it up and
make
hope
it
that
up.
you know less than us, and it sounds pretty good. What can I say? So
You're really selling the show. I
Selling
think
the
you should learn from those commercials in the 50s. It's not true. We know a little bit.
Yeah,
we
we know
share
a
what we
little
know, and we hope that you'll tell us the rest.
yes, that's true. So anyone got any information they can tell us, that would be great. What should we say? It's time
Oh.
for some more music.
Did you know that Patti Page was the best-selling female artist, Simon?
Actually, I didn't know that. Patti Page. Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
Patti Page.
Well,
Oh yes, Glenn is reminding us, yes, that the style changed not only, the style of dancing changed not only because of the music, but because of the fashion as well. And he's
yes.
reminding us, well done, Glenn. Dresses, for actually this is not a full circle dress, but full circle dresses, petticoats, you want lots of spin with that.
Yeah.
So rock and roll is adding like quite a bit of spin and a bit more
Absolutely.
distance between the lead and the follow, because you need more space for those dresses.
Yeah, and some of you may have heard of a dance called bopping. Now, bop was a new word back in the 50s, and it really just meant dancing, but usually it was solo, little Charleston based, but eventually bopping became so footwork they did in the sort of 70s and 80s here in England. Bopping was very big, but because they wore crepe-soled shoes, they had to pick their feet up. And you know, the crepe sole was the popular thing in the late 50s, and so it changed the whole style of dance. And they had the tight trousers in the 50s as opposed to the baggy 40s, and again it changed the style, so it changed the look.
Pedal pushers,
Pedal
for the
pushers,
ladies.
yes. So anyway, enough of this chit chat, because people want to dance.
People do want to dance.
So we can actually do a stroll to this one.
Okay.
So I like this one because it doesn't take very long. It takes about 60 minutes. And Billy Ward, and again it's 1950, it's early 1950, and we're going to do a stroll to
Okay.
it. So join us for the stroll, but not the stroll. This is a London version of the stroll, a little bit more upbeat than the original stroll. 60-minute man. Come and join us on the dance floor.
60-minute man, 60-minute man.
Look here, girls, I'm telling you now, they call me love and
Good segue.
I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. If you don't believe I'm all I say, come up and take my hand. When I let you go, you cry. Oh, yes, it's 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing. Then your heart, please don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes teasing, 50 minutes squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top. If your man ain't treating you right, come up and see old man. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. Falling, loving that I'll rock, roll all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. They call me. Loving that I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing. Then your heart, please don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, and 50 minutes of squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top. If your man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. I rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man, oh yeah. 60-minute man.
That was a nice, gentle 60-minute man, Billy Ward. Right, I think it's time we move on a few years and we get a bit more. Well, we're going to actually play some rhythm and blues and rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Baby, rock and roll.
So, do people have favourite songs from that year? We've had Patti Page mentioned, but who was your favourite 50s artist? Because everybody's got a favourite, haven't they?
You played it first.
Played it first, Ella. But she was your favourite 40s artist.
I know.
And
my favourite 30s artist too.
And 60s.
I know.
Yes.
She
okay.
wins all the decades.
I got a feeling we should have another competition. I don't know why.
Okay.
So
do we get more milkshakes?
We get other prizes.
Ooh,
the 1950s.
Burger?
Burger and fries. The 1950s was known as the golden age of television. So what was your favourite series in the 1950s? Now, if you get one that we like, you can win a prize.
Oh, I think my knowledge is more from the 60s, right?
Well, let's find
television
out.
show.
So tell us a favourite TV show of the 1950s. Now, there were some musical shows as well.
Okay, does that
So,
count?
yeah, that counts as well. So maybe, some of the musical shows, what happened was they used to get popular radio DJs and they used to put them on TV. And then they'd get a load of local kids and they'd let them dance the latest dances. And that was how people learned to dance. We were talking about that earlier. Right, okay.
Is it a commercial break, isn't it?
Is it a commercial break now?
I think it is.
Okay. Let's have, we better have this one then.
A transcription.
For that old-fashioned flavor that all the folks favor, try Hebrew National Beats. They're a treat to be sure, cause the beef is so pure in Hebrew National Beats. You'll find corned beef and roast beef, salami, pastrami, and wonderful frankfurters too. They are surely delicious and purely nutritious, those Hebrew National Beats.
Well, there you go, another advert for the local deli, I guess. So, makes you hungry, doesn't it? Makes you hungry.
What really comes through, they really like that vibe of sort of, Bavarian kind of music or waltz, musette waltz.
Well, I think this was a particular flavour. I think I must have had a CD that had advertising for that particular genre.
Yes,
a bit klezmerish. Now, okay, so
I'm not sure I'd call that klezmer.
No, not really. Gosh, well, it's almost time. Almost time.
It is almost time
for anybody having a special occasion. So we've got here Good Rockin' Tonight, great song, great
and
choice.
Here's Lucy.
Here's Lucy.
Here's Lucy. I was
that's a
thinking
good
that one
one
actually.
Yeah. Here's Lucy. That was a good one. That's in the running, in the contenders, but I'm not sure it's going to win. I like Lucy and Desi. Des wasn't it? Desi. But they wasn't my favourite. But did you know she was one of the highest paid female artists of the day? She was very successful business-wise. Lucille Ball.
Ball, yeah.
Yeah. She made like.
But
I think
was
she was
incredible.
a very.
She was very smart.
She was a
wasn't
very
she?
smart
She was
cookie.
really smart cookie.
I think
Yeah.
invested her money well.
Yeah.
What else have we got here?
Sue says, all I can remember is the test card. Is that
The
a
test
game?
card.
Is that a...
No, that's it.
What's that?
Well, there was a time when TV would close.
Oh,
and when
I
they closed,
see.
they put the test card on.
Yeah.
And you just have a.
I didn't know it was called the test card.
Yeah, the test card. And it was great fun to watch that for hours. Or as you slept, it would keep you company.
Okay, Emma says her favourite music is Eddie Cochrane, Jackie Wilson and Bill Haley.
Good-
I
all
hope
good
you're
choices.
going to play some Bill Haley.
Oh, I am.
You can't not play some Bill
I
Haley.
better play quite soon, actually.
And,
Time's running.
yeah. Mary, hello Mary. My favourite from the 50s is Buddy Holly and Peggy Lee, although she spans the decades like Ella, who is of course also a favourite. Yes, Peggy Lee's
Oh, and
fantastic.
Derek also says, I love Lucy. Yes, it's not
Oh,
Here
yeah.
Lucy,
And
it's Here's
I
Lucy.
thought
Kim,
so. Yeah,
Kim,
I
thank
thought
you.
something was
Thank you,
slightly
Derek,
odd. I
for
love
being
Lucy.
spot on the ball. I'm glad somebody is awake.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody is actually paying attention. Derek, I think Derek will win the prize, actually,
Oh.
just for paying attention and getting the correct name. So, Derek, this is for you.
Oh, or not.
Oh, yes, no, it is. I'll just pull my hat down. Did they catch the baddie? That's what I want to know. So,
Well,
what
great
series was that from? Who knows the series it was from? So tell me the name. What was the series? Was that?
So you mean your
Music
prize
from-
is a new quiz?
Yes.
You're just one after the next one.
I played
one
that
after the
especially
other.
there. I will see we've got the pink card from Facebook. Facebook, we love you, but you might get cut off soon. So do come back. We will still be here.
Yes, if we cut off, we'll reopen a new live. Don't worry, we're not going away before 9 o'clock.
Sometimes I do notice that
Yes.
Facebook let us play whatever we want, and then sometimes they get really uppity about it.
Yes.
Is that because particular songs, I suppose?
Maybe they
have
like
that?
I Love Lucy as well.
There must be I Love Lucy fans.
Must be I Love
and
Lucy.
there was always Muffin the Mule.
Muffin the Mule. I've not heard of that one. What's Muffin the Mule?
I think that
it
was
sounds like a game.
I think I vaguely remember
Sounds
it was
like
a
a game
kids
show.
kids
Oh.
thing like Andy Pandy. I don't know,
Right.
but we're yes.
And
Oh,
we've got the
Mary's
Potters.
got it. Mary's got it. Oh, and so is Sue. Sue's got it. So I think Sue was first actually.
Oh yes.
So Sue,
Sue, what's the prize, Simon?
what's the prize? The prize is you get to decide.
A Sunday flavour.
You get to decide which
Sauce.
to put on your banana split.
Ooh.
Okay, so you get to decide which sauce are you going to put on your banana split. Is it
Chocolate?
chocolate,
Is it
caramel,
or is it strawberry?
is it strawberry? Yes. So you get to decide. That's exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting.
That's
very
almost.
exciting.
So let us know which one you would have: chocolate, caramel, or strawberry.
Mary remembered as well. I can't take credit. It was Bruce shouting across the room.
Okay, Bruce. Right.
Bruce,
Sue's
well
not
done.
allowed to choose the sauce. You choose the sauce, Bruce.
No. It's Mary. So Sue can choose her sauce and
Mary.
Bruce.
Yes. And Bruce. We'll give them both a prize. Should we be generous?
Yeah, let's be generous.
Yeah.
One each. One banana.
But Sue was
split
first, so she gets to choose
I know.
first.
Double ration.
Yes, double ration.
Extra ice cream.
Right.
Extra cream on the top.
It's very exciting, isn't it?
Derek says the Potter's Wheel. Is that a game? They all sound like
I
game
don't know
shows.
the Potter's Wheel.
The Potter's Wheel.
Oh, he's
It might be Jane, because Derek says my name's be changed to protect the innocent. So Jane, if it's you, that's a good knowledge of 1950s shows.
What's the Potter's
we
Wheel?
might look it up.
Okay,
We'll look it up.
Potter's Wheel. Okay, who can tell me about the Potter's Wheel?
Sue, good choice. It has to be raspberry sauce on your banana split. Well, if they do offer raspberry sauce.
No, hold on. Potter's Wheel. I'm getting things about how to make pots. What's 1950? What is Potter's Wheel?
Good 1950s or show or something.
1950s. You know, we're a high-tech show
and
here. Our
Bruce-
researchers are on the case.
Bruce is hungry. He's going for triple chocolate.
Well, I've got Potter's Wheel, a film from the 1950s. Was that every week? Did they show
the interlude.
Potter's Wheel interlude? If that's your choice, my gosh, it's not going to win a
History of
prize
the
with us.
BBC. Interlude film was introduced. It was probably the best known of the many film interludes.
Oh, it was one of the best known. Oh, I do apologise. My apologies. It was best known. I'd
Well,
never
you
heard of
change
it. Well,
you change sides very quickly, don't you?
It's me like voting for the government. So my gosh, so the Potter's Wheel, I didn't know that one. Well, I'm going to have to go and check it out. Or not, as the case may be. So, was it a regular feature? And did you make anything? That's what we want to know. Did you make your Denby pottery? I don't know. Okay, triple chocolate. Now we're talking. Mary's got it. Triple chocolate.
Well, Bruce.
I'd have, or Bruce. I'd have a caramel myself. I have a sweet tooth, in case
or a few sweet teeth.
Yeah, I have a
between
few.
the two of us.
Well, what's left? What's left of them. Right.
Oh, we got more music recommendations from the 50s. Membo was big in the 50s. Of course it was. There was a bit of a fad for the Membo. Perez Prado, Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom is a favourite of mine.
Oh, I got to tell you.
Are you going to play some Membo?
Well, I wasn't actually, but I can do. I got to dance with
yes.
Dawn Hampton. Now, some of you may have heard this story, but I'm going to tell my Dawn Hampton story. So I knew her as a jazz dancer, a jazz singer, a jazz trombonist. She played music in the Hampton family. She was actually related to Lionel Hampton, although
she was a sister.
What?
Or cousin? No.
Cousin.
Cousin.
She was the sister of Slide Hampton, the famous jazz. But they had a band. They toured Carnival. They played at the. Yes, they played at they played at festivals. Yes, they played at that big place in New York, the Carnegie Hall or something like that.
Right.
It's the small places like that.
Yeah.
They were quite good. Let's say that they were quite good. Anyway, in the 50s, she played at the Palladium. They played mambo.
Yeah.
And so she used to dance mambo. So I went to a mambo class in the Harang dance camp. And she said, I haven't done this for years. She says, can we have a dance? I said, well, I've only had one lesson. So we danced. My God, what an experience to dance mambo with her. Suddenly, I was taken back to the Palladium in the 1950s. I've seen the videos. And it's not that she led, but she back-led, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
She kept the beat and she danced mambo, and I was just like inspired.
And you
I was
were dancing
dancing
mambo.
and for like the 2 minutes.
You felt the mambo.
I felt the mambo. I lived the mambo. I breathed the mambo. I smelt the mambo. I dreamt the mambo. I was dancing the mambo.
For a whole 3 minutes,
well,
or
actually,
even half of
it was actually
because
about
she was
half
a
of
bit
that.
older.
Yeah, she was quite. But it really was a great experience.
Yeah.
And then she said, "Okay, I'm a bit tired now." She's going to stop. And then I danced with the next person.
Yeah.
For about 30 seconds, and I had that feeling, and it slowly drifted away, and I never got it back.
Faded out.
But It is really funny because
Yeah.
it felt so different dancing with her. It felt like you see it look when you see the Mambo at
Yeah.
the Savoy, those dances at the Savoy, or at the, because they all used to play in the 50s. They would have Mambo because it was current trendy at the first half of the evening, and then they go into Lindy in the second half of the evening at these
Yeah.
places. But the Palladium was famous, and she used to play there and dance there. And oh my God,
Yeah.
that music, that really strong. I might play some. I might
We
play
need a
some.
member now.
Well,
You
now
can't. Like, you've raised our appetite not only for banana split but for Membo without banana
right
split.
now we need a birthday song.
Well, it can be Membo birthday. No, okay, you had a
Okay,
birthday
yeah,
song
let's do
lined
a
up. No, you
Member
had
song.
you had a song
okay,
lined
no,
up.
Anna,
I'm
just
throwing,
keep talking.
I'm throwing the show.
Anna, just keep talking. Amuse everyone. Tell them some of
Okay.
your jokes.
Well,
finished?
Simon, last week you were a bit of a Bundy.
A bit of a what?
A bit of a Bundy.
Was I really?
But I noticed you've had a wig chop.
Yes, that's true.
So Bundy was a male in need of a haircut.
You know what? You
But
you
you've
said
had a wig chop.
You said just like they did back in the 1950s. You got to put the accent in.
I am or I'm not saying it like the 50s. I'm not sure. I wasn't around.
No, but
Let's see.
oh dear, where am I now? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Oh dear. It's all just keep talking, Anna. Keep talking.
Well, I've already talked about your hair. What else is there to talk about?
Talk about the music we're going to play for this birthday jam.
Right, it's going to be a member, and everybody has to get up and dance. Just think of all those clips you've seen of the Palladium in the 50s, of those shows that you've watched. Think back of the what card was it? The test card and the Potter's Wheel. Travel back to the 1950s and experience the Membo.
Okay, here we go. In fact, I'm just going to double check if that is my favourite one.
Oh yeah, Richard is confirming. Potter's Wheel was shown when they were trying to fill in time, wasn't it? So yes, from what we've Googled very quickly, that's correct.
They must have made some lovely pots though.
Oh
must
yes,
have been
lovely.
beautiful
But
pots.
it's so difficult. Like I don't, it's quite amazing how they put things together on telly, keeping on time and things. So having little tricks like that, having little programs that you can put in or cut away if they don't have time. That
So I suppose
they must have a few tricks.
when they were ready, they probably said, "Okay,
Yeah.
finish up,
Yeah,
and
but-
here's my pot." Half finished.
Half
Okay, Perez
half
Prado,
done.
Mambo number 5, especially for Glenn. So
All
get
right.
out those Mambo shoes, and this is for anybody celebrating anything. Celebrate with us with Mambo number 5.
I'm not Dawn Hampton, but do you want to have a member?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just going to get the next song lined up. You go and have a little Mambo on your own,
On my own?
and I'll be there.
I've never learned a member. Oh yes.
It's Madison time. Hit it. Hello, everybody. You're looking good. A big strong rhyme. When I say it, I want you to go 2 up and 2 back. With a big strong turn and back to the max. Hit time. You're looking good. Now when I say hit it, I want you to go 2 up and 2 back, double cross, come out of it with the rifle back. Hit time. Crazy. Now when I say hit it, I want the big strong M, erase it back to the max. Hit it. Walk on, you're looking good. Now then, when I say hit it, it'll be tea time. Hit it. Big strong line. Now when I say hit it, I want the big strong Cleveland box and back to the max. Oh yeah. Hit it. Crazy. Now when I say hit it, I want the big strong basketball with the Phil Chamberlain hook. Hit it. 2 points. 2 points. Now this time when I say hit it, I want the big strong Jackie Gleason and back to the Madison. Hit it. And away we go. Now then when I say hit it, Birdland, when I say stop. Hit it. How about a little stiff leg there? You're looking good. Now when I say hit it, come out of the Birdland, back to the Madison. Hit it. Crazy. When I say hit it, go 2 up and 2 back, double cross and freeze. Hit it. And hold it right there.
Yeah. Madison time. So that
What
actually,
year was that Madison
well,
time?
it actually came out in the late 50s. Late 50s.
Right.
So we lost Facebook, didn't we?
Yeah, I think Facebook didn't like the Mambo.
They no probably didn't. Well, because
They
we're getting
liked
into
it
more
too
modern
much.
music, you see.
Yes,
So,
they
just
cut us
for
off
anyone that's just joining us,
quickly.
we are Simon and Anna. This is Swing at Sway. You can find out all about what we do at SwingdanceUK.com. We have a membership site.
We do.
You can become a member. You can actually now, we're putting classes, separate little groups of classes. We're going to put
Just
the
want
Big
some
Apple.
specific. Oh yes, the whole
Is going up next week.
Big Apple contest, right?
Big Apple contest.
The whole big routine, and I think you get 5 or 6 hours to learn it.
Yes.
Yes, I think you learn it in 5 hours of a class
we have
to
1 hour
learn
then
it in
review.
detail and 1 hour to review it and polish it. So a good opportunity, isn't it?
It is indeed.
And it will be soon up on the website. So look out for it. What else do we have on the website, Simon?
What else do we have on the website? Well, we have also on the membership site. You've got the swing notes. Is anyone actually interested in the swing notes? Do they read them? It's me
read
talking
them.
about history and about about the dance, the genre, the music. Is anyone interested? And if so, have you got any subjects you want us to write about?
Yeah, anything from dance tips and dance culture and music and history.
And we haven't told people about next week's show because we've been going a hit parade. We did the 20s, 30s,
yes.
40s,
Oh,
50s.
yes.
Next week we're going to jump a few decades and we're going to go from the swing revival. Next week
Oh,
is
are we?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Hit
yeah.
parade.
I didn't know.
Hit
What a
parade.
good idea.
What a good idea. Hit parade at the swing revival.
Oh, right.
So-
not hit parade of the 80s, I hope.
No, hit parade. No. Can you imagine?
Oh, dear.
Oh dear, that's terrible. Do you know what? The funny thing is, when I grew up in the 70s,
Yes.
I was listening to the 60s.
Yes.
In the 80s, when I started dancing, I was listening to the 50s. And then in the 90s, I really got into it. I was really into the 40s. And then I did actually get into the 20s and 30s. 30s, 20s. I went backwards.
And recently you went to Ragtime and Cakewalk 1910.
Yes. I've done everything backwards.
You're getting younger and younger, Simon.
Oh, yes, it's terrible, isn't it? Right. And again, if you think we haven't been exerting ourselves too hard at the dancing,
You are correct.
You are correct. It's partly because it's hot and it's partly because I had a little thing. I had a procedure and I'm just recovering. And so I can't go over the top.
Have to take it easy.
Have to take it easy.
Mellow.
Mellow, yellow mellow. So it's grundy, it's not good, it's not bad, it's there we are. So hey Bean, Maxine is joining us. Welcome. And it really is, we've been talking about the 1950s, we've been talking about music, but now we're going to have to play some classics. So I think this is one that you may well know. In fact, somebody actually mentioned it. Let's have a little Jackie Wilson and Reet Petite. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, look at that, ooh, wee. Look at that, ooh, wee. Oh, ooh, wee. Well, she's so fine.
She's so fine.
She is fine.
She's so fine. She's so fine. She's so fine.
no more running around with the usual crew. Who cares? Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
Yeah, come on everybody. Woo. Right, well, did we overexert ourselves then? I'm not sure. No, we took it nice and easy. So that was Eddie Cochran, and before that you had Jackie Wilson and Reet Petite. So yeah, the 50s, such a variety. So we were playing, we were playing Frank Sinatra, we were playing Ella Fitzgerald. We could play Count Basie if we had more time.
Do
we can play Louis Jordan.
Blues lined up?
Blues. Well, I have got a very nice. Funny you should mention that. Just give me 1 second. Anna, tell everybody a joke, and I will find a nice. Is it time for?
You mean a panic and a half?
A panic and a half. Maybe we should have another commercial while we're waiting.
All right.
And,
yes.
and I'll
Maybe
find
the Potter's Wheel.
the Potter's Wheel.
The Potter's Wheel.
We're
Simon.
just going to have a commercial while we're looking for the
blues.
request for the blues.
This holiday, buy gefilte fish in gleaming glass jars, made in the finest tradition of Passover under strict rabbinical supervision.
Delicately light, always right. Gefilte fish in jars.
Choose your favorite brand at your local food market. A message from the Specialty Foods Trade Institute.
Well, there we are. So,
No
No,
funny
no.
music on that one, but there's definitely a flavour to the commercials you've found.
I think
everybody.
Yes, gefilte fish. So I do love that song by Slim Gaylord, gefilte fish. Now I've got a choice of two, and I'm trying to
I
decide.
see a vote coming up. I see a vote coming up.
So we can have.
Right. What's the choice?
It's not really blues, but it's a slow song, and it's Eartha Kitt, C'est si bon. So Eartha Kitt, C'est si bon,
Eartha
very
Kitt
big
was on
in the
our banner.
50s.
She's on the banner.
Yeah, she's on the banner indeed. And the other one would be "Tain't Nobody's Business If I Do" by Billie Holiday.
Ooh, Billie Holiday.
So-
Tough choice.
So,
tough choice.
shall we have a vote? People,
right.
vote. Vote for who do you want. So if you want Billie Holiday, give us a heart. If you want
Eartha
Kitt, give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
So thumbs up or heart. Let's see how many votes we get. I would play another commercial, but I don't think I could stand another one. So
We've had the full meal now.
we've had the full meal. So here we go.
Meat, the fish, and all the music.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. While we're waiting,
We got a heart coming in. So Billie Holiday is ahead.
Billie Holiday is winning.
If you
Well,
want to hear Eartha Kitt, let us know. Or a second heart. Billie Holiday for me, says Mary.
Well, I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what we do. You
Play
said
both.
we can't not play this song because it's about the 1950s, and this was probably the most famous song of the 1950s. So we'll play this one. But in the meantime, folks, if you're not dancing,
yes.
you've got to vote for: is it Billie Holiday or is it Eartha Kitt? A friend of mine met Eartha Kitt once, and when she wrote her book, and she was in the publishing department, and she said that she was so happy she gave her a great big kiss on the lips, a big smacker by Eartha Kitt.
Wow.
So you can imagine
Something to remember.
Eartha Kitt, of course, famed as the Catwoman. Meow. Okay, that was purring. Right. Well, we played this one before we play. The slow one, and so far Billie Holiday is winning, but have we got any thumbs up for Eartha Kitt? Probably a tough one actually, probably Billie Holiday will win. But let's see. Bill Haley in his comments, 1956, Rock Around the Clock.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock,
It's gotta
rock.
be.
9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put that right song. Join me home.
we're resting.
Have some fun when the clock strikes. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, and it slows down, we'll yell for more. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
7. We'll be right in 7. Hey, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Won't you take my day? I'm having two. I'm going strong and so again. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 12, we'll pull off and start rocking around the clock again. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock till the broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Yeah, well, you could not play Bill Haley.
Nah.
Must have been fantastic. And I've been very lucky in my life that I've met quite a few dancers who were in the film Rock Around the Clock and Don't Knock the Rock. And can you imagine being on that set?
Oh, amazing.
It must have been so many good dancers.
Yeah.
So
Some
many.
of them
so
look that
much
they've
good
hurt
music.
themselves as well.
Yeah. There was one girl did herself, and somebody was telling me how she actually fell over and twisted her ankle, but carried on dancing because she was on TV.
TV, and she was there for eternity.
Yes. But yeah. So it was great. So thanks, folks, for coming along. Next week the theme is Music Hit Parade of the Swing Revival. So we'll be playing some more sort of modern-esque.
Don't worry,
type
it
music.
won't be 80s music.
No, it won't
just
be 80s
music that
music.
was popular for swing dancers in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, right through. And tonight's been all about rock and roll. Where's Simon Anna? Obviously, as I explained before, if you've just come in, I haven't been dancing too much because I'm just recovering a little bit, but getting back
Take
to
it
it.
easy.
But we can do a nice slow one, can't we?
We can do a
so
slow
I
one.
think the vote was for Billie Holiday.
I think so. It's 2-1.
2-1. So it taints
Sorry,
nobody's
Sue.
business if I do the wonderful Billie Holiday to play us out. This is Swing This Way. Thanks, folks, for coming along, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great week. Ciao.
There ain't nothing I can do, or nothing I can say, that folks don't criticize me. But I'm going to do just as I want to anyway, and don't care just what people say. If I should take the notion to jump into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do. If I go to church on Sunday, then cabaret all day Monday, ain't nobody's business if I do. If my man ain't got no money, and I say take all of mine, honey, ain't nobody's business if I do. If I give him my last nickel and it leaves me in a pickle, ain't nobody's business if I do. Well, I'd rather my man would hit me than for him to jump up and quit me. Ain't nobody's business if I do. I swear I won't call no copper if I'm beat up by my papa. Ain't nobody's business if I do. Nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. Nobody's business if I do.
Thank you, folks. This has been Swing It Sway. Thank you for coming down, and we'll see you all next week. Have a great week. You get a little bit of Eartha Kitt.
Bras dessus, en j'entends des chansons.